Hey everyone, decided to, after we got back from church, come back to the office, and we wanted to quickly, Lauren and I wanted to quickly record a story that we got to experience this afternoon, which was really, really cool. After church, Lauren and I went to Good Dog, if you've never been to Good Dog, great place by the way, to get some grub before we headed home. And while we're there hanging out, talking and eating, Lauren noticed two kids, and I guess maybe the parents as well.
Yeah, I noticed the parents too. A family that had come to visit Rock Point this morning that came into Wombaland and everything. And you know, you always kind of, I guess, take note of new guests coming in, and so I recognized them. And then once they when they walked in with their kids at Good Dog, I was like, hey, they were at church this morning.
And so, you know, we were kind of like, should, before we leave, say hi and, how you doing?
Yeah, ask them how they liked Wombaland, because they had two young kids in there.
And so happened that the father, Dave, actually came over and said, I thought I noticed that shirt that I was wearing. As you can tell, I haven't left to go home yet. I'm still in my sweaty production shirt. He recognized it, and he mentioned that, I used to live in Atlanta, and we would go to Buckhead Church, and so they were familiar with our model and what we do, and what we learned as we talked. He moved his family over, and they sat next to us, and we just started talking, and learned that they had moved up to Knoxville to start a restaurant, like a Whole Foods or a health food
food place that I guess they deliver lunches to
businesses and such. And so they had moved to Knoxville to start this business, and they had come today, to this Sunday, to visit. Well, actually, I guess it's the weekend, to check out Chattanooga and
specifically to come to church
here.
They said that they had been to a couple churches in Knoxville and hadn't really found anything that suited them, that they liked. I mean, obviously coming from Buckhead, they have pretty high standards for church and stuff like that. And so pretty much, to me, it sounded like they pretty much came down for the weekend just to go to church this morning. That it was the wife and the daughter, it was their birthday weekend kind of thing. And so the kids went to the aquarium and all that stuff, but that they decided to come to Rock Point this morning, and they had a toddler and a preschooler, pre-K little boy. And one of the, I guess, surprising things for them was that their little girl, who's a toddler, just walked right into the toddler's class without any hesitation. And they said that was a first, that she, I guess, had thrown fits at other places they had been. They said they moved to Knoxville in March, so they had been, I guess, at Buckhead in Wombaland before then, but just in the past few months that she was, not having it most places. So that always, makes you feel really good knowing that parents feel comfortable going into the church service, knowing that their kids aren't back in Wombaland screaming at the top of their lungs or anything. And the little boy, I guess he calls Wombaland school, which is good to have a positive association with school so early in life. And that he was so excited this morning to get to go back to school, and that he, I guess, couldn't wait to tell his friends about going to school. And so it was just, definitely really sweet to hear them talk about that. And I remember I talked to the little boy, his name is Noah, talked to him that morning, and he told me about his favorite movie, Monsters vs. Aliens, and about his favorite part of the movie where the blob is bouncing the red ball and then ends up spitting out his eyeball instead of the red ball. And
Bob the Blob.
Bob the Blob, yeah. But it was just, really good to get to talk to them some more and hear about their experience at Rock Point. And
yeah, it was really nice to hear Dave talk about Rock Point. He was like, it was just like coming from North Point and Buckhead. He realized that, it's different because we're in at school, but he felt, very welcomed. He felt, the level of excellence that we strive for was done well, and he really felt at home. And I think the thing, a couple of things that we really enjoyed the most in our conversation. One was definitely hearing for the first time that their daughter was able to go to Rock Point and just walk right in. That's amazing, and that the kid was, their son was just enjoying going to school. And the other thing that just blew our minds at the very end of the conversation was that they were talking about actually coming to Rock Point as much as they could, you know,
yeah,
almost
making the trek down on Sunday mornings from
you know,
Knoxville. They're like, well, what, we'd have to get up at, you know, this time and this time. And I was like, well, you know, just so you know, we're moving service times in a couple weeks.
Service times.
He's like, that's okay, you know, we'll just have to get up at 7 and leave, and you know, to be here by 10 and all that stuff. So I mean, it was, I don't know, I think definitely a story that that we both enjoyed hearing and sharing, and I can't get over my sore throat.
Yeah, so it's just, you know, something that we wanted to share. We wanted to capture this now and send it to you guys at the beginning of the week, and let you know, guys know that you're a part of this. You're a part of a church that people will drive, you know, not just from Dalton, not just, you know, from Dayton or from Cleveland, but some people that are willing to drive from
Sevierville.
Yeah, Severe,
not even Knoxville,
yeah,
Sevierville.
Outside of Knoxville to come to be part of Rock Point and what Rock Point is doing. And so good job, guys, and I hope this encourages you, and I hope you're just as excited and wowed at the fact of, oh my goodness, you know, these people had such a great time today. So thank you very much, and we hope that you have a really good weekend.
Yeah.
You have anything
else?
Good week. Good week, yeah. See you this July 29th for the
community celebration.
5:30. Grub is up, and then 7 we have our night of worship. And then next week, August 1st, we start our new series, Faith, Hope, and Luck. So anyways, hope you guys have a great week, and see you later.